Very big expectations check for the Philippines after its best Olympic campaign yet in Paris 2024.
What will the next few years look like in preparation for Los Angeles 2028? Well, we've got the best person for that on the show tonight.
The only person to answer the questions right now.
We are going to discuss that with newly appointed Chef de Mission for the Olympic Games Los Angeles 2028, ABAP and PBA Chairman, SBP Vice President, and TNT Team Governor, Mr. Ricky Vargas. Good evening, sir. Ricky, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Good evening, Cheska. Good evening, Andre.
Lakas ko sa'yo.
Oo, talaga naman.
Boss, bigay po.
Pinilit mo ako eh.
Bigay. Kailangan eh. Kaya ko imbes maximize ko na. Papuntahin na natin si Chairman, si Boss Ninong Ricky dito.
No, I like to be here.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here on the show. And also, I want to mention then that they're trying to, mababanggit mo mamaya yan, he's the only Asian member in the board na dun sa boxing. World Boxing. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, so let's start off, of course, with the discussion of you being named the Chef de Mission for the LA 2028 Olympics. Congratulations, sir, but what are the immediate priorities?
Yesterday, when I found out about me being appointed by Bumble, I counted it to be exactly 3 years and 7 months to go.
Oh, wow.
Till July 15.
Wow.
Okay, 14. July 14,
July 14, yes.
is the Olympics. And this morning, he called me up, said, it's now time to work. So Bumble called me up and says, time to work. Yep. Then we're scheduling to meet with each other. No?
Do we have enough time?
I think we do. It's just that we need to get our act together. So I've always said, I've been to 4 Olympics, and the role of the Chef de Mission is very important because, and I think the most important role of the Chef de Mission is to build the team and at the same time be able to be find solutions for what to make the best, to bring up the best team.
The best lineup of athletes.
Sabi ko kay Bumble, our first step is to get as many as we can qualified. Then I said, do you have the data? I was looking for athletes' data. And let's start with the athletes who will try to qualify for the Olympics. So then let's just pour support.
Yes. And you're right there. Bring as many as we can. Try to qualify as many as we can. Diba? Dun sa...
Alam mo, maswerte tayo eh. This is, and I've said this at this point in time. I said this when I was in Paris. I've been to 3 administrations and 4 Olympics. I think the best support we've gotten in the Olympics was in Paris. We brought our athletes to a camp 1 month before, and we had a motivational speech from the president. He invited us to the palace. He got all the athletes together. So maswerte tayo. I hope we can do that again during the journey all the way to the Olympics.
Yes.
Get the government involved. I think we can. Get the private sector involved. I think we can. And of course, now the POC being there. It's magical if we can able to do this.
And stories firsthand from people who were there, who were covering, they all said the same thing, that even in Paris, the Filipino community showed up and took care of the athletes.
Sa LA, marami yan.
Exactly.
Mas marami
sa LA.
Mas maraming Pinoy sa LA. Boss, I want to ask this because boxing is near and dear to your heart. You were the president for 12 years. Now you're the chairman of ABAP. Tapos, yun nga, you're forming a group and you're the only Asian member. Dati yung AIBA kasi, di ba? And then, boxing is in limbo. And let's face it, marami tayong mga boksingero. Doon tayo kumukuha ng maraming medalya. Di ba? So, now, for LA 2028, we don't even know if it will be in the lineup of events in the LA Olympics. So, the question is, what efforts are you looking at and being done to make sure that boxing is included in LA 2028? Kasi, ilang medalya din yun for us if you... Diba?
That's right. No, 2 years ago or last year when the IBA was suspended and taken out of recognition, we formed World Boxing, and the Philippines was one of the first of 20 nations, but the first in Asia to be part of World Boxing because we believed in in what it wanted to do, and proper governance for the athletes, for the boxer, for the sports. And we had one thing in mind. We wanted to get back to the Olympics. We started with 20, now we're over 60 members.
Wow.
And we're now in the process of hopefully being able to get our provisionary recognition from the IOC. We also formed recently the Asia Boxing, which is now part of World Boxing, and the Philippines sits also as an interim board in Asia Boxing, organizing ourselves for the Asian Games and to continue the competition that Asia can bring to World Boxing.
Posible bang hindi kasama ang boxing talaga sa Olympics?
Alam mo, mahirap kasi ang USA Boxing will probably not allow it. Will probably work very hard to have it there. But hindi ko naman sinasabi na it also cannot. It will also be the possibility of it not being there. No? So we have deadlines to meet. If by June we have not gotten our probationary acceptance, then it probably will become more difficult. Kasi kailangan may budget, kailangan may facility, kailangan to prepare for the Olympics. It takes that long to prepare for the Olympics.
And it's a little chaotic in LA right now. I mean,
Oo
of
nga.
course, we hope that everyone is safe and will recover from everything happening over there. But considering that when we look back at what happened with the Philippines in Paris 2024, so many historic and amazing moments. Sir, what lessons from Paris 2024 can we apply to ensure the Philippines' success in LA 2028?
It's not reinventing it, it's getting more of it. I mean, the government support was there, the athlete support, the private sector support was there, and we had a very strong presence of leadership in the POC. So it's what can we do better? What we can do better is get more of our athletes qualified for the Olympics. Phase 1 yun. Once we get more of our athletes, maybe the biggest delegation we can come out with and get more athletes. So that requires a lot of hard work to qualify. Then after that, once they've qualified, the journey now begins to train them to be competitive in the Olympics.
Boss, I wish we had more time, but we're trying to fit in all the questions, trying to talk about all the important topics of boxing, syempre LA 2028, as many athletes, yung learnings from past. Last question na is, are there any specific sports disciplines that you see as a Philippines na strong? Alam natin, syempre gymnastics, nandyan si reigning two-time gold medalist Kaloy Yulo. And then EJ has a chip on his shoulder. I do believe EJ can land on the podium, may last hurrah pa yan, babanat pa yan. Pwede pa sa pole vault. Weightlifting, kaya din. Do you see any other discipline sports? Yes.
Kanina kasama ko si Al Panlilio. Well, first, I need to thank Al. He stepped aside to allow me to become the chef de mission. Siguro sabi niya, siguro last time na ni Ricky yan. So sabi niya,
dapat kasama mo siya tonight here on the show. But he's on his way to Alabang and he's going to Batanes tomorrow.
And Bambol, who still considers me that I can deliver on the job.
Naman.
So, yes, other than gymnastics, weightlifting, boxing, the other combat sports, we should be able to do well there, the combat sports. And dancing, if dancing is there, we probably could do a lot better there. And if there's one hope I can is to be able to get Gilas to play in the Olympics, hindi ba?
Oo.
Now, you talk about community. I look forward to LA, where the whole Filipino community in LA, big community, will welcome the Philippine delegation.
That can be like a home crowd for us.
Yup.
Daming Pinoy sa LA, hindi totoo.
Pero sana wag lang basketball ang panoodin nila.
Yes.
Right.
Good.
We wish we had more time because there's so much to talk about. But hopefully we can have you back on the show again one of these days.
Sige.
Thank you so much for your time,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Live ulit
Ricky
ha.
Vargas.
Live sa studio ulit ha, hindi Zoom ha.
Ikaw kasi gusto mo live eh. Sabi ko Zoom eh. Sabi niya live eh. Di ba?
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
Once
Thank you so
again,
much.
Mr. Ricky
Thank you.
Vargas,
Thank you.
newly
Thank you.
appointed
Thank you.
chef de mission for the Olympic Games Los Angeles 2028.